Football Friday Night is brought to you by Steve's Pest Control. Now you have a friend in the pest control business. Call Steve's Pest Control. Rourke Aluminum, quality home exterior since 1953. Fulton Ford, you'll drive away happy. Kempker Heating and Air Conditioning. And Custom Screen Printing. It's Football Friday Night. Here's Rod Smith.
Good evening. Welcome to KRCG's Football Friday Night. This is week number 3 of the high school football season already. It's not even Labor Day yet. Second oldest rivalry west of the Mississippi renewing tonight, the 112th meeting. Jefferson City and Hickman in Columbia. First time ever the Jays actually led this all-time series. 54-53 with 4 ties. Did not take long to get this thing going. Opening kickoff, Jefferson City's Isaiah Sands. 90-yard touchdown. Jeff City up early, 7-0, just over 10 seconds into the game. Later, Jefferson City's Gunnar C., the quarterback, finds Daniel Ellinger, 35-yard gain all the way down to the 2-yard line. Jays in business again. Same drive. Denzel Wilson finds the end zone on the handoff. Jefferson City leading 14-zip. Hickman, though, would answer. Carter Nicolai, the quarterback, to Thomas Dutton, back of the end zone for the touchdown. Cupes cut the lead to 14-6. Too much Jefferson City, though. Gunnar C. calls his own number from 5 yards out. Jeff City takes the 21-6 advantage. And how about some Jaybird defense? Look at this interception by Dennis Barnes. Nice grab, and this one would set up a touchdown. Comes down with it. Jays led it 35-20 at the half. They win it 56-26. Jefferson City is 2-1. Hickman falls to 0-3. The Jays now lead the overall series by 2. Home opener for the Helias Crusaders back in Jefferson City. We had a great time at the Central Bank KRCG tailgate thanks to the Helias cheer squad, the dance team, and the band for joining us on our live Football Friday Night preview at 5 and 6. Helias hosting the Crusaders from Belleville-Altoff on the Illinois side of St. Louis. Alex Fadul back in action after the ankle injury kept him out the first 2 games. Got the early touchdown pass, 7-0 Crusaders. This one going to Adam Bax. Altoff answering right back with a 74-yard touchdown, but Jake Burnett finishes the drive for Helias, a 7-yard plunge, 13-7 Helias in the opening quarter. Altoff ties it up. Jordan Augustine, a touchdown. It was 13-0. Midway through the second, Helias to the air. Fadul long to Weston Porter. That one covers 45 yards. Helias back on top, 19-13. Look at the big screen. Coach Rulo teaching in between possessions. Then a flurry of points late in the first half. Altoff scored 2 touchdowns, including this Augustine to Keenan Young. 50-yard connection. But look how Helias answered. Jacob storms back. 91 yards on the ensuing kickoff. Game tied at halftime, 26-all. But Altoff dominated the second half, 54-38 the final. Helias is 0-3. They'll host Hickman a week from tomorrow night. Our sports writer Tom Leffler has more on the Helias game tonight. You'll see that in a while on our sports page at krcgtv.com. Click on Leffler's link. We had some good head-to-head matchups tonight in high school football all around mid-Missouri. None more intriguing than this one. Battle in Rockbridge. Tony Mullen is just back from Columbia in the bragging rights battle. Tony?
Rod, thanks. The Bruins and Spartans meeting for just the second time on the gridiron tonight. Rockbridge got the bragging rights, winning the first meeting a year ago. The Spartans, though, of course, had the last laugh last season, winning the Class 5 state title in November. Looking up to even up the all-time series with the Bruins. Jerryon Nelson had a couple early touchdown runs, one in the first quarter, one in the second quarter, was 13-zip. Rockbridge gets on the board in the second. The pitch to Nick Collins, and look at the moves. He'll take it 27 yards for a score. Bruins on the board. It was 13-7. Battle answered with a touchdown drive of its own. The quarterback, Brevin Tyler, sneaks it in from a yard out. It's 20-7. Late in the quarter, Tyler to DJ Overall, bouncing off some tackles. He'll take that one 44 yards. The Spartans led 27-7 at half. Rockbridge scored 2 touchdowns early in the third quarter, but the Spartans held on late. Battle wins it in a tight one, 27-20 the final over Rockbridge. So Justin Conyers and the Battle Spartans are now 3-0 on the season. Rob, let's send it back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Tony. The Blair Oaks Falcons still number 1 in our Mid-Missouri Prep Power Poll for small schools this week. 2-0 heading into a Tri-County showdown with the Eldon Mustangs tonight. This was a wild game. Second straight home game for Blair Oaks. Eldon came out swinging. 1-1, the visiting Mustangs strike first. Nick Hendricks, a 38-yard touchdown to Levi Shin. 7-0 Eldon. More Mustangs. Shin takes a hand, goes in. It's 14-0 Eldon on top, but hold on. Blair Oaks got things going. Jordan Hare to the air. Cody Alexander goes in. It was a 14-6 game. More Falcons here. Cody Alexander in for the touchdown. It was 21-12 Eldon at the half, but Blair Oaks in a shootout in the second half wins it 62-47. The Falcons survive a crazy one. Blair Oaks is 3-0 on the season. Osage, a good win on the road at Warsaw, 42-13. Devin Johnson's team now 2-1 on the season. Earl Bennett and the Centralia Panthers pound Louisiana 72-19. Centralia is 3-0. Tolton, a good win on the road, 44-6. Chad Masters and company with a happy bus ride home. North Callaway, 22-10 winners over Bowling Green. That is 2 in a row for the T-Birds. Home opener for South Callaway, the Bulldogs in blue. New head coach Zach Hess had to like the home turf. South Cal jumps on top, 10-yard touchdown on the reverse. Cameron Richardson makes it 7-0 Bulldogs. How about some South Callaway defense? Coming up big, Levi Mealy, the pick, and he'll take it back. Make that a pick six. Returns at 40 yards for the touchdown. 13-0 Bulldogs in control. More South Callaway offense. Senior Patrick Bernard carries down just short of the goal line. They call him down at the 1-foot line. So what do? Give it to Bernard again. He'll carry it in. Bulldogs led it 26-8 at the half. They win it big, 53-8 the final. South Callaway improves to 2-1. Our KRCG Hy-Vee High School team of the week, the Southern Boone Eagles, won their first two games 50-0 and 48-0. Hadn't given up a point yet this season, and they haven't given up a point yet tonight because they haven't started the game yet. You won't believe this. No officials showed up at Southern Boone in the Hallsville rivalry game tonight, so it was pretty quiet earlier tonight, except for a few fans who stuck around. They delayed this game until the officials would get there. From the Blair Oaks game they just finished, we just got word that they're on Highway 63 heading to Ashland at this moment. So it's going to be a really late night in Ashland. They might get things started around 10:45 maybe. This thing may get over around 1 in the morning if they're lucky. I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that in 30 years here in mid-Missouri. Tony Mullen will have highlights of this football game on a football Saturday night. Great start for the Mexico Bulldogs. Steve Haig's team looking to go 3-0, hosting the Marshall Owls. First quarter, Bulldogs in the red zone, but they fumble the handoff. Marshall recovers. First quarter remains scoreless. Second quarter, Mexico quarterback Spencer Thomas bobbles the snap and recovers to find Dion Wyman wide open far sideline. Wayman takes it the rest of the way, 66-yard touchdown and dives in. Bulldogs led it 6-0. Wayman strikes again, this time takes the pitch, heads down the near sideline, 44 yards to pay dirt. He combined for 100 yards on 2 scoring plays. Mexico 22-0 in the first half. The final 36-0. Mexico is a perfect 3-0. Great start for Steve Haig and the Dogs. Hannibal put a pounding on Boonville tonight, 51-7 the final. Moberly gets the shutout win, their first of the year, beating Kirksville. It was Camdenton falling to Lebanon. The Yellow Jackets win that one 21-7. Rolla falls to Parkview by 10. Smith Cotton, let's hear it for the Tigers. They are now 3-0. They beat Warrensburg tonight. Cuba falling to Owensville. Big win for the Dutchmen tonight as Owensville is victorious. Herman over St. James, and Montgomery falls to Wright City 52-7. Home opener for the California Pintos. Marty Albertson's young team 0-2 to start the year, trying to get back on the winning track here against the Tigers from Versailles. Early action up 14-0. Landon Mouse gets the interception and runs it in for the score. It was 21-0. Pintos on top as the California cheerleaders had something to cheer about. Jacob Walken connects with Josh Woodruff here. That's a pretty pass play down just outside the goal line. That would set it up first and goal. Wolken takes it in himself. Kick is good, 28-0 at that point. Pintos pick up their first win of the year, 42-0 over Versailles. And the Fulton Hornets off to a perfect start this season. Wins over Osage and Versailles back at home tonight to make it 3 in a row. A victory over the Missouri Military Academy from Mexico. This was over in a hurry. Travis Dean, 30-yard score, 7-0. Then quarterback Devin Masick to De'Arian Estes. This one, that's a 38-yard touchdown play. It's 14-0. Fulton on top, and they had just begun. Later on, Travis Dean, what a season he's having. He goes in, another score from 20 yards out. It's a 20-0 lead. Give it to Dean another time and make it another touchdown. 27-0 at the end of the first quarter. It was 55-0 at halftime. The final 69-zip. Fulton over the MMA. The Hornets are 3-0. Tipton gets its first win of the year. Tony Braby and the Cards. Happy bus ride back. They beat Windsor by 12. It was Harrisburg falling to the Midgets from Putnam County. Fayette falls at home to Knox County. Salisbury gets their first win of the year. The Pintos are 1-2. Slater falls big. Meanwhile, Mark Twain over Van Far and Paris. The Coyotes victorious tonight, 61-0. Westran will play on the road at Borgia tomorrow against Powerhouse Valley Catholic. The high school football season is already 3 weeks old. The college football season kicks off tomorrow for the Mizzou Tigers. Mizzou coming off back-to-back SEC East championships. They will open with Southeast Missouri State at Faurot Field.
You learn how to strengths, weaknesses, any statistical advantage you get, and then what you do, you focus on how you're going to play and giving your very best effort, and you be prepared the best you can, confidently, and that's what we do.
3 o'clock start tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Lincoln Blue Tigers open the season at Langston in Oklahoma tomorrow. Westminster also on the road for the Blue Jays' first game. Central Methodist has a home game in Fayette tomorrow afternoon, 2:30, hosting Grandview. We honor the best defense, our Steve's Pest Control defensive pest of the night. Back to the Jays win over Hickman. Here he is, Dennis Barnes with a Jaybird pick. Nice snag, our Steve's Pest Control defensive pest of the week. And our KRCG Football Friday Night Team of the Night honors go to the California Pintos. First home game, first home win, 48-0. Young Pinto team will be in California for the Central Bank KRCG tailgate 2 weeks from tonight. That is it for a Football Friday Night. Unless you're going out to the Southern Boone Hallsville game. You can still see that one if you head out right now. Thanks a lot to our Football Friday Night crew. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.
Football Friday Night has been brought to you by Steve's Pest Control. Now you have a friend in the pest control business. Call Steve's Pest Control. Rourke Aluminum, quality home exterior since 1953. Fulton Ford, you'll drive away happy. Kemker Heating and Air Conditioning, and Custom Screen Printing.